Alright guys, I'm back with another eBay unboxing video. Sitting in front of you here is a 60-pound box of Atari 8-bit goodness, hopefully. There's a few 800 XLs and just a ton of games and accessories. It was $360, and I think it will be well worth it. If you guys don't know, I collect and resell Atari, so my goal in this is to sell off most of the hardware and then keep some of the games. So let's see if I got ripped off or not. I think this will be a really good deal. There's some really cool games in this lot, mainly cartridge. Actually, I think all cartridge-based games. But there's some cool Activision ones. So let's get into this and see if anything got damaged. The seller had, I think, 0 feedback, so that's not necessarily a bad thing. Remember, guys, when you're buying on eBay, if there's anything wrong with this, I can literally just return it. So it's really not a big deal. This is one of those listings where they didn't say if it worked or not, so technically it wasn't in the used category, which if it was, then everything does have to be fully working unless stated otherwise. So I'm not really sure in terms of the functionality if this is guaranteed or not, but I'm saying, like, if anything's damaged, then you do have that protection. And I did message the seller and said, hey, I'm just letting you know these computers are very fragile and they're plastic and they're old. Please package them good because they will die otherwise. So we'll see if he listened. This box is super heavy, as I said before, 60 pounds. To make sure you guys can see. So it's kind of fun to bring down here. I'm in a basement right now, so I had to move it downstairs, but been awaiting this package, so we'll see. So this is technically the bottom of the box just because the other side had a shipping label on it, so decided it'd be easiest just to flip it over. So we have conversational French here and a bunch of cassettes. These are pretty cool. I'm not sure what these are worth, but I've never actually had any sets like this before. We have Spanish and German. So pretty cool. They look to be pretty complete. That's just like a little cardboard insert, and that's probably what this is for the French. Yes. So these look very complete, very nice. I'm happy with those. I may actually hold on to these depending on what they go for. Some other guides. Also look like, yeah, these are a lot of the manuals for the games. So I'm hoping some of the better manuals are here. Let's see. Looks like everything's packaged pretty well. I mean, definitely as we get to the more fragile items, we'll have to see. But here's our manuals here. We got Atari Writer, Atari Works, that's for Atari ST, it looks like. Cocoa Notes, basic. The 800 XL manual itself. Just some other miscellaneous how to use Atari computers, asteroids. These are some of the cartridge games that are coming up. Space Invaders, Missile Command. So these will help a decent amount. Like the more common games, I'll do like nice little lots for people that are just kind of getting into the 8-bit. And then, oh look, we are going to have some of the better manuals. So Miner 2049er, Moon Patrol. Ooh, Donkey Kong Jr., that's a cool one. Definitely hold on to some of these. Popeye. Basketball, Pole Position, Dig Dug. So just kind of your classics. Castle Wolfenstein's a cool one. Centipede, Hardball, and Caverns of Mars. That's a great game if you've not played it. But let's continue forward. Not exactly sure. Oh, this is the printer. I'm really hoping this is not damaged. If you guys didn't know, Atari 8-bit printers actually do carry a fair bit of value because they use the special SIO interface. You can get parallel adapters, I believe, but people definitely do go after these printers. This is one of the later ones that was targeted towards the 130 XE, but hopefully didn't get damaged. This is the XDM 121. Looks to be in pretty good shape. A little dirty. There's our ports. SIO ports. But yeah, I've never actually owned one of these. Actually, we did incur a little bit of damage here. For sure, yeah. You can see this. There was some blue tape here, so maybe this happened before, but See that lever's a little bent. We have a little breakage there in the plastic, so it's a shame, but not horrible at least. Keep moving. Some rabbit ears here. Never know when you'll need them. And here we have a, looks like a tape drive, 410. Is that what this is? Yeah. So 410 cassette drive. Looks like a lot of this stuff has this blue tape on it. Maybe this just came unglued, I'm assuming, the nameplate, but it looks like this power cord's actually been replaced because I've never seen one with a white cord, so interesting. And these are the AC adapters for the 800 XLs, which we will have 2 of those computers, which we'll get into in a moment, it looks like. Okay, this sounds damaged. I think this is a number pad. But you'll see. Hopefully the keys just came off and they can just be popped back on. Oh, right here. So got a hole right there. It's damaged, it's a shame. But these are pretty cool. You don't see these too much. It should still function at least. But it's a shame. Maybe it can be re-glued. Here we have, oh, this is a very expensive cable. Has a little bit of damage, but hopefully it will still work electrically. This is a cable for Atari ST floppy drives. This cord's probably worth at least $50, so that's a good cable to get for sure. Another power supply here, not exactly sure what that's for, but I'm sure it'll come clear in a minute. Wicco, some of these fantastic Wicco controllers. There's an SIO cable in there, which again, those are, I get 25 for those all day long, so that's another good cable to get. Nice set of paddles. Cool. It sounds like our games, so we'll get to that in a little bit. We'll set that aside for now. That's the main reason I bought this lot. This is something. Oh yeah, I couldn't really see this too good. It looked like, yeah, it is a floppy drive. Not sure exactly what this is at the moment. So it's a Golden Image, which is like a third-party company. The Master 35, does that say? 3S. So, oh, this is for Atari ST. Very interesting. Cool. Hopefully that's what that little power cord was that I wasn't sure what it was, but very cool. That's an Atari ST external disk drive, and it looks like this. Hopefully that works, because I've never had an external Atari ST drive that does not need new belts. But obviously I've only had the official ones. Actually, here's a parallel printer interface. So it goes to SIO, just like I was just saying earlier, and then you can adapt it to a normal parallel printer. So, pretty cool. People like these. And in this bag, we have an RF cable and some RF switches. And then, so here are the computers. So just want to shake test. Something inside, of course. Hopefully it didn't get damaged too much. These 800 XLs, I've been getting a lot for these when they're fully working, so we'll have to see. They're definitely more reliable than some of the later systems. But definitely something inside of this one. It sounds like a screw, to be honest with you guys. It doesn't sound like plastic, but other than that, it's in pretty good shape. As you can see, it's not in rough shape, so hopefully there's just something, might even be inside of this under the keys. I may open this before I actually power it on. Looks like all the screws are here though, so who knows? We'll get into that more later. Before we get to the next machine, we'll got a few more joysticks here. Got a gem stick and a standard 2600 joystick. Got some sealed floppy disks, which is nice. Double density. So these aren't high density, so these are actually pretty cool. Those are actually worth a decent amount. So nice to get that. Those will work on Atari ST. We have a small piece of plastic here. So who knows? If you guys recognize that, maybe be able to figure it out. Actually, we have a few more manuals, it looks like. I know this filming's kind of bad, but I'm trying my best here. Pac-Man and Pengo manuals. So none of the Activision manuals, unfortunately, it doesn't look like. And then I think this is the last thing in the box. Another 800XL. Definitely a little more yellow than the previous, but it doesn't sound like anything's rattling around, so that's good. I actually have an 800XL that has a bad keyboard right now that works otherwise, so maybe one of these could help with that. Definitely a little dustier, but again, doesn't look to be in bad condition. Both of them have the parallel bus cover, which is cool. Little rips on the sticker, but not bad. So cool. Let's see the games, and then we'll see if the computers work. So it doesn't look like. Looks like that was about it. So nothing got majorly damaged. A little bit of damage. I'm not going to complain about it, I don't think, just because, you know, I try to be reasonable. When I buy this stuff, I kind of expect it to get damaged. And, you know, I just want to not give anyone a hard time for no reason. So if I can still profit off of it, then it'll be fine. So here's our cartridges. This is the main reason I bought the lot. Just because you don't see... I know it doesn't look like much right now, but there's a lot of games in this lot. I forget exactly how many, but you don't see 8-bit cartridge lots like this too much. And I imagine if I put this lot up, just this box right here as it is, I could probably get the 350 for just the cartridges. So let's go through them now. This is an interesting one because obviously Keystone Capers, a really good game on a lot of platforms. I was kind of looking some of these up after I bought it, just because I was curious. I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen that before on Atari 8-bit. There's no solds or listeds for this in the last 90 days, so who knows? It could be worth a ton of money, or it could be 20 bucks, so who knows? But I'm excited to, I'll hold on to this anyway, because it's a game I really like, but that's definitely a cool one to get. And then Beam Rider is like a $70 to $80 game, so that's another good one to get. And then there's River Raid. Any of these Activision games will go for a little more. Pit Stop. Miner 2049er. Cocoa Notes. I always get this one in the lots. I've never actually tried it. I don't know if it's software or if it's a game. I guess it's got to be a game. It's a joystick, so who knows. Popeye. It's a great game. When I sell these off, like I'll do like Popeye, Frogger, and Hubert lot, like a little Parker Brothers lot. It's kind of weird how some of the labels are like upside down, but those are good to get. These always have something rattling inside. It's really weird. XE Hardball. Definitely remember the manual for that. And Food Fight, another great game. And then these are all of our official releases, so these we'll have to pull out one by one, which I guess we'll do. So we've got Basic, need that. Basketball. Pole Position, which we got the manual for that one for sure. Caravans of Mars. I don't know if I have this on cartridge. I played it on disc. Space Invaders. Missile Command. So just kind of the classics, you know. Centipede. But people love these. Asteroids. Donkey Kong Jr. Looks like these would all be doubles for me. Star Raiders. Another Star Raiders. That's a good one to test the system with, like if it's not starting up because it doesn't like use all the chips. Pac-Man. Another Pac-Man, so a few doubles, but not too many. Let these fall, it's fine. Pengo. Moon Patrol. Dig Dug. Atari Writer, which is the word processor, and that will allow us to easily test the printer. It's actually a really nice piece of software. And Atari Writer again. So that's the games. I know it doesn't seem crazy, but these are going to add up really quick. So now what we need to do is try the computers, and if they work, I think this is a really good deal because they're in good shape. It's a shame this printer got damaged. It really sucked. I was actually planning on maybe keeping this if it was in good shape, but like this is about to, that is about to break off. Let me remove this tape real quick and just kind of see. I think they just put that to hold the cover on, I'm assuming, in shipping. So this seller did put care in, I will say. Yeah, so it's just the cover just comes off. You can see we do have a ribbon. But yeah, this is pretty bent. I'm not going to bend this plastic. I'm going to try to bend the metal. I'll do that off camera and try to get it as nice as I can without damaging it. Try to use some pliers, but it looks pretty good so far. There's a lot. It looks like there's a lot of good stuff here. I'm kind of excited about that floppy drive too. I did not expect that to be for Atari ST. I was thinking like Macintosh or something, but let's try these now. Just opened up the one with the rattle inside, and yep, I was right. There's a loose screw right here, which I'm assuming is what's rattling around. So get that removed, and I'm not sure exactly where exactly that would go. I'll look around a little bit. Maybe it goes, no, because those all go through. Sure, it goes in here somewhere. I'm gonna look around a little bit, and either way, I'm gonna button it back up and we'll try it out. Okay, so I got that other machine back together. One thing, like I always say this, if you're testing stuff, make sure, what I really like to do, especially with these computers, first of all, before anyone says anything, I did not use those power supplies. I'm going to test them and make sure that the voltages are right. This is a known good power supply from something else, and this is not a computer from this lot either. So what I do is I get a same computer, and I hook it up and make sure, okay, this machine's working, and then I will get one of the new machines and just hook it up. So now we know like the power and video are good. We're getting a signal and it's good. So we don't have to worry about that being a factor of like something being hooked up wrong or the power supply being bad and it kills the computer or whatever. So this machine is not from this lot. We're going to try the machine first that had the loose screw. I just put it all together. I don't know where that screw went, but it looked like everything had a screw where it was supposed to be, so I'm not really worried about it. So let's plug this in and hope for the best. I'm assuming this one's not going to work just because it's been open before, you could tell, so we will see. And I am using RF and because I can't find a composite cable at the moment, but that's okay. We're just testing. Get it plugged in. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. Got a light and a black screen. That is not a good sign. Power cycle one more time. No luck. So I'm gonna hold down the option key. It kind of does make me feel suspicious. I'm not gonna do this with one hand. All right, hang on. It kind of does make me suspicious that this has been opened before and the seller didn't mention anything about them not working or whatever, so it kind of sucks. So yeah, black screen. But let's try the next one. Maybe we will have better luck there. In fact, there's 2 of them. Maybe someone back in the day bought one and then it died and they bought another one. So I'll just add to the pile. And this is the one that's a little bit more yellowed. It's not terrible, but definitely has a little bit of yellowing. So the other one probably definitely has a bad chip of some kind, which is unfortunate. Because these do go for a lot and they're working, but a lot of times they're not working, so I guess that's why I actually do have pretty good luck with these 800 XLs. This is not going in. Let's just be tight. It's probably never been used. I don't know, whatever, that should be in enough to get a video signal. Oh. Okay, does the keyboard do anything? Yes, it does. And this is actually one of the nicer feeling Atari 800 XL keyboards. There's a lot of different versions. This is like this is the nice one. It feels good. Like you can press the sides of the keys and they don't like buckle in. So let's run the RAM test now. Set my phone down again. And if you don't know, you power cycle the machine and hold down the option key and you'll get to the self-test and hit start. I'll run the memory test here and hopefully all these are green. So the white means that it's being tested, and when it turns green, that means that the RAM chip is good. And these have 64K, so it does take a while. A lot of times when I'm listing these, I'll show a picture of the screen, and the people will be like, why is one of the squares white? It's like, because that's the one that's being tested. Because it just keeps looping. It just keeps going over and over and never stops. So you can't have them all be green at once. So the ROM's chips are good. That's what the two things are at the top. And this is running still. So I'm just curious, like, what would you guys, if you bought this on eBay and they didn't say if it worked or not, like they didn't say like, oh, it's untested, or they literally just Atari computer lot with like an AI description, like what would you do? Would you expect it all to be working? I mean, I don't know. Like, I just kind of feel like when you're buying these kind of lots, it just kind of is what it is. But I feel like technically eBay would protect me in this, but that's okay. At least it looks like we are going to have one working machine. It's going to take a while for this RAM. We'll come back for the RAM. Actually, I'm going to grab the printer and we'll let this run as this is going. Good news, guys. The RAM test was a success. So we have I mean, obviously more testing is going to have to commence, but at least the chips appear to be good. So that's really good. Haven't tried the sound or anything else, but let's do that real quick, actually. Make sure the sound works. So we hit help. Let's turn the sound up. Audio visual. Yes. This goes through all the different voices on the chip. I got the printer on my desk here as well. Just plugged it in. I've not powered it on yet. Got this little lever bent into the more correct shape. As you can see, here's a better look at the top cover. That little piece is hanging on by a thread. It's kind of a shame. I might hold on to this if it works. I really like these printers. I don't know. I have a problem, but so there we go. All the voices worked. So shut that machine off for now. And let's see if the printer turns on. I also have Atari writer here in preparation of testing it. So hopefully it turns on. Oh yeah, and there's this little cover. If you guys know where this goes, it was just sitting in the bottom of the printer. So if you know where this goes, please let me know. I don't know where it goes. I looked for like 10 minutes. I don't know. So let's turn it on. 3, 2, 1. Oh. I don't know if that's normal or not. It might be waiting for like a... And I saw it had a modem in the back, so it might be looking for that. Buttons do not seem to be doing anything. Power cycle. Seems like this should be, you know, moving to the different position. Seems like you should be able to move this too. It's kind of, it might be stuck or something might be jammed. I'm going to plug it into the computer and try to do a print and see if anything happens. Okay, so as for the printer, I've been messing with it for a while. As you can see, it's powered off right now. I've got it to where the print head moves freely. The grease down here has just become really bad. I figured out where that cover went. It goes right here over the cable so it doesn't interfere when the print head's moving. But unfortunately, even with, I was reading the manual, even with paper and everything, still getting the online flashing. But as you saw there, it tried to move, so it's not moving, but it's trying to. So I think this is just a grease issue. You can see it doesn't always try, but if you move it around and then turn it on, and yeah, it's not trying to right now. But if you saw that first time, it jolted a little bit to the right. It did try to move, but right now I'm just getting the flashing online light. And I do have it plugged into the computer with the Atari writer running, but yeah. I mean, that's pretty much going to be it for this video. I don't have too much time to show the rest of this. Actually, I should try this with the cover on, I guess. But what do I think of this lot? I think it was pretty good. I would have liked if more of it actually functioned, but that's how it goes sometimes, isn't it? But even for parts, like this printer will be well over $100 easily. And same with the computer. This computer, if it all ends up working, I'll get it easily like $250 for that. And then I'll have the games and everything else after that. So I think it'll be a pretty good lot. I think I'll be able to keep some things. I'm going to keep messing with this because I do want to keep this. But if it doesn't work, then I'll sell it off and sell it to someone who has more experience. I've never had one of these before, but it's just, unfortunately, I'm just getting an error. It's trying to work. I think it just needs to be fully disassembled and re-greased, and I just don't have the knowledge or time for that. But yeah, even with paper, it didn't really make a difference, unfortunately. But yeah, that's the video, guys. If you enjoyed, I appreciate you watching. There'll probably be some more eBay unboxings in the future. I like to do these things that are like big, fragile things that could be entertaining, I guess, if it was damaged or whatever. And it's fun to look at this stuff anyway. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.